With good news for today from Baptist Press, I'm Brandon Porter. In an increasing secular and post-Christian culture, leaders who make their living in apologetics, the defense of the Christian faith, are imploring believers to practice the discipline in their everyday lives. Apologetics and Christian thinking are no longer specific topics for certain Christians, but are necessary disciplines for the spiritual walk of every believer, experts say. The question believers face from society is no longer, is Christianity true? But Timothy Paul Jones says is it good? Jones, a professor at Southern Seminary, says Christians can learn much about this concept from studying church history because a culture hostile to Christianity is nothing new. The early 21st century is far from the first time that Christians have faced the charge that their faith is immoral or harmful. That's what Timothy Paul Jones told Baptist Press. He says the most important concept of apologetics every believer must know well is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. As a 22-year-old journeyman, Jeri Whitfield saw a long-term missionary opportunity that she could commit her life to. She served for many years as a role model for missions, a missionary presence that created gospel access and helped to transform lives. It's still her desire today, 40 years later. It's also why she's returning to Thailand through the International Mission Board. She's been there 3 times already. Once again, now in her 60s, she's returned to the field, this time bringing a passion to connect students to what God is doing around the world, where she begins her 17th year of service with the IMB. Why does she keep returning to the mission field? Well, she says the answer is simple. She's committed her life to being a steadfast missionary presence, even though the commitment isn't easy.
Good News for Today is made possible through our friends at the Voice of the Martyrs, a nonprofit organization that serves persecuted Christians around the world. Founded in 1967 by Richard and Sabina Wurmbrand, VOM is dedicated to inspiring believers to deepen their commitment to Christ and to fulfill His Great Commission, no matter the cost. Find out more and sign up for their free monthly magazine at vom.org/good news.
Gateway Seminary President Jeff Iorg announced a major gift received by the school to fund short-term mission trips for students. The GoGrant will cover travel, housing, food, and tuition costs for one short-term mission trip for master's and diploma students at Gateway Seminary. Iorg made the announcement during Gateway's annual missions conference earlier this year. As an endowment, the fund will continue to financially support short-term mission trips for generations of Gateway students. You can read the full story and many others at our website, baptistpress.com. While you're there, make sure to sign up for our morning or afternoon email.